Sporting Goods because I am not done Christmas shopping, so this whole video is gonna just be me trying to figure out what I'm gonna get people for Christmas. Brady's been boxing for a while, so I'm thinking about getting him like this speed bag kit, and then also getting this bag right here because he carries all his stuff to the gym when he goes to work out at like 5 a.m. so I thought this would be a nice gift. I have his big gift, but I don't have like smaller gifts, so I think I'm gonna add these in. Of course, we're gonna be reading Christmas books in this video because I feel like this video is just gonna be all things Christmas. I need to send out Christmas cards, I need to do like some Christmas wrapping, and I want to finish my Christmas TBR, so I'm gonna try to do that all in this video. Decided to come into Barnes & Noble because I'm specifically looking for books about orphans, and I know that probably sounds like super weird, but my niece Aria, you guys have seen her in the vlogs like a few times, she loves books. I think she said this in that video. She said she loved, in the video we were in together, she loves books about orphans, but like not even like your typical orphan. It's like a kid who maybe has a parent, but maybe they're like estranged or something, and that kid has to take care of the other kids in the like family. That's like what she really enjoys. So I'm gonna buy her a few books that kind of have that vibe where it's like the parents either aren't around, like the kids kind of have to band together. The only, like not the only, but the first one I thought of was Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez, because like the whole premise of this book is like really based on that, and I just thought that she would enjoy the vibe of this story because like the guy in this book, he has to kind of take care of his siblings after his like parents just are not like around to do that. And it's been kind of hard to find other books like that. Like I was Googling books that have like orphans or whatever, but like she likes a specific orphan trope where it's like they're orphans and like banding together as siblings to take care of each other, and it's different than just being like an orphan on their own, you know what I mean? So I'm looking for a few. If you have any recommendations, let me know, because I think this video is going to actually go up before Christmas, so you guys will see it. I'm going to look around, of course, for some books for myself because I always do that, but that is what's on the radar, and I already have some books in my basket. I have heard wild things about this book. One of my mutuals like read this book and she said that she really enjoyed it, but it's literally about like 5 brothers and I think 1 girl. I think, don't quote me on that. I think I remember picking this book up whenever I was with her, and we were actually laughing about the premise because it's like a guy who gets adopted into this family and think he falls in love with the sister, not his like blood sister, but like still adopted sister. And I don't think that you would like this one just because of that premise. Like we were just like, it doesn't really matter whether you're like blood family or not, like you're still family, like if you grow up together like that and like you call someone your sister. So I don't know, I think I'm gonna put this one back, but I did kind of want to pick up something from Jennifer Hartman because I feel like she has a lot of like books about orphans. And I could be wrong because honestly the 2 that are here are not about orphans, but I feel like there is one that she's written. I just can't think of it off the top of my head. I have so many packages, like literally I went just absolutely wild Christmas shopping, and we're gonna go through all of this today. I'm gonna try to go through it quickly because I do actually want to wrap the gifts that I got. I have so many, and I actually did end up finishing my Christmas shopping. I'll show you guys the books and stuff probably last. So I ended up getting my mom an espresso. I don't think that she's gonna see this video before it goes up, and if she does, then I guess this will just be spoiled for her. But I got her an espresso because we have our espresso and have absolutely loved using it, and there's such a huge difference in all of the coffee and like how it tastes. So I wanted to get that for her. And then for Brady's mom, we got her this like really cool picture frame, and it's like a touch screen digital frame. She actually has one of these upstairs in her living room. So I thought this would be nice for the basement. Finding gifts for people is honestly hard. Like I just feel like I have the hardest time figuring out what people want. But the way that I think of gifts and like get ideas for them is I think about everyone's day and just like go through a step-by-step, like, I don't know, step-by-step of like what they do each day. And that's how I get their gifts. Also got tons of wrapping paper. And then I'm also like looking at these gifts and realizing I did leave some in the car. So I'm gonna go out there and grab those. But I got Corduroy, the book for my niece. She is the cutest little thing, and I just thought this would be a nice little board book. She can put her mouth on it or whatever, and it won't be a big deal. Also got this for my mom. I found this on like TikTok shop. It's a book that is where she'll like journal different answers like to questions. Like this says, what is some of the best advice your mother gave you? What is some of the best advice your father gave you? Like just tons of questions in here. And after my dad's passing, I feel like things like this have been like top of mind for me, because you think you have all the time in the world and then you realize like you actually don't. And my mom is like in her mid 60s and Brady's mom's in her mid 60s and his dad is 70. So I feel like it's definitely been on our mind more as we've gotten older. Just like we may never get answers to those questions unless we ask them now. Also got this recipe binder. It's from a friend of mine, and my mom loves to cook, and I thought this would be great. It has a breakfast section, a lunch section, a dinner section, and there's tons of pages in here if you want to write down your recipes. So I thought that that would be really useful for her. I also have this First Aid Beauty bump eraser and body scrub, and I thought this would be a nice little gift as well. I'm not going to tell you guys all the gifts and like who they're for, because my siblings and stuff and like friends might be like watching these. I also got the First Aid Beauty little like gift set. It has their intense hydration, their facial cleanser, and this is a brand I've been using since I think like 2019, so a very, very long time. Also picked up this little web like shooter thing. I think I showed you guys this, and I found this on TikTok shop. I swear they were definitely targeting with me with this ad, because I saw a sponsored ad on TikTok every other video, I swear. Ended up picking this up. They got me. And then I picked up this remote control car. These are both going to be for my nephew. Then I got this gift for, I think I'm going to be giving this actually to Taylor before like you guys see this video, because I'm going to see her this weekend. So let me see if I can open this, because I bought this, but I have not actually looked at it. So I'm really excited to see what it looks like. I got this off of Etsy, and the thing about Etsy gifts is they're very special and like unique, but they're very, very, very hard to get actually on time. So you have to order them very like far in advance, and I ordered this months ago so that I could have it, and I'm hoping that it's what I want it to be, because if it's not, that would be such a bummer. It's in this little like box thing, and it's not wanting to come out. I should have probably left it in this. Maybe not, because I do kind of want to see like what it looks like before she gets it. Let's see. Okay. Do I want to open this up? I don't know if I want to open this up. I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm going to leave it so that she can open it, but I got her a paint by number experience, and it's actually a picture of us. She loves to paint, and so I thought it would be really cool. It's like a picture of us in the sunset, and I just thought it would be like a really neat gift. Again, these take forever to get, but this is the back, the paint by number, like if you want to see kind of what it looks like, so you have an idea. And then for Brady, this is one of his gifts, one of his larger gifts. He is always in meetings and stuff for work, and he like always has 1,000,001 notes just like scattered all over the place. So I thought that this would be a great gift for him, because he is constantly taking notes and trying to like find them and get them together, and like they're just all over the place. So this will be a way to keep them in one place. I got the Remarkable 2, which this is like a note taker. I don't know if you guys can see it. It kind of looks like a Kindle Scribe a little bit, but it takes notes on here, and it'll like help you focus, and as you're writing on it, it actually sounds like you're writing on a notepad. So I thought this would be great, because all of his notes are going to be in one place and he can't lose them. So I just thought that he would like that gift. I also got my sister a luggage because she's constantly traveling, and I got her a carry-on because who doesn't need or want a carry-on. And let me go in the car really quick and see if I can find Brady's, like the other gifts that I got for Brady. The other gifts that I had in the car for him. Oh my gosh, these are so heavy. Like even trying to bring them in, I'm just like, oh, this is a workout. Like just trying to get all this stuff from my car. It's crazy that I actually got most all my gifts in like 2 days. One thing that helped was making like a list. So I got Brady this right here. He does boxing classes, and I just thought it would be really nice for him to be able to have something in our house where if he wants to like practice and like mess around, he can. He spars a lot with his friends, but obviously they don't live here. So just thought that that would be great. I also got him this Nike gym bag because he has one, but I feel like it's kind of like beat up. It actually didn't even used to be his. It actually used to be mine, and he just uses so much that it's kind of like become his. But thought I would get him one that's like newer. I also picked up these Nike hoodies for my brothers, and I also got one for my sister's husband. These are like really cool colors. I just think that they're perfect, and they're really warm. These are not cheap, any of this stuff, but I always try to get people things that they would actually like or use. Got these Nike like little jogger pants for my brother, and then let's see, okay, I did end up getting something for myself. I got a candle for myself. You can't go Christmas shopping without getting a gift for yourself, okay? Like you really just can't. It's like literally impossible. Also got this other candle. Oh, this smells so good. It's called Sweet Grace. It's one of my favorite candles. It smells heavenly. And then I got my sister a $150 gift card to a like massage, so she can go and get a massage. I think the massage is like $100 for like a 60-minute massage, but I thought maybe she would want like a what's it called? Like a really like heavy pressure massage, and I think that those are a little bit more expensive. So I wanted her to be able to use her gift how she wanted it to. I also forgot something that I have in my purse. I also have another gift for my sister. Someone asked me the other day, they were like, do you still get gifts for all your sisters and like stuff like that? And I literally do. Will we forever? I hope so. Because it just makes it like really special to be able to give them something when like I don't give them, I usually give them $50 for their birthday, but like I don't give them like gifts for their birthday because I don't know, there's 5 of us, 6 in total with me, and like I never would want to miss someone's birthday and like, you know, mail someone a gift and then forget somebody else's birthday. So on their birthday I just give them $50 because I'm like, you can use it however you want. Who doesn't want money? And I do that every year for people's birthdays. But I got my sister, I think it's in here, yeah, okay. I got her a $80 gift card to a nail salon so she can get her nails done. She gets her nails done pretty often, and this will give her a manicure and a pedicure. And yeah, so those are most of the gifts for the adults. I do have some gifts for the kids and then also some books. I ended up getting some for my niece that I knew she would like. So I'm going to give you guys a little book haul now. First, I'm going to show you guys some of the gift cards that I picked up. I got a Netflix gift card and an Uber Eats gift card because I got my sisters like, you know, $150 gift card to go get a massage and like a, you know, $80 gift card to go get their nails done. So like it didn't really feel like fair to, I mean, they'll be happy with whatever I get them, but I didn't want to like get my brothers a hoodie and be like, Merry Christmas, you know, and it's like, it's not like comparable. So I got each of them a gift card. I know my brother likes the Netflix gift cards, my older brother, and then my younger brother, he like has his own place in Vegas and stuff, and I feel like younger guys like probably don't want to cook all the time. I don't know, I'm just taking a guess. So I got him a $25 Uber Eats gift card because if he just wants to order in one day, he could do that. And I'm gonna add that in with their stuff. I got a bunch of books in here. I'm gonna show you guys the books last because I feel like the books are like, I don't know, the most fun part of these gifts, but I am really excited about what's in here. So this has a Tony, and I got a Tony for my nieces. So my sister's daughter, I got her a Tony, and then then Brady's sister's daughter, I also got her a Tony. I mean, these gifts are not cheap. Like, this is like $100 for a thing, but I didn't want to like get just like a random doll or like something like that. And since we don't have like kids or anything, I feel like it's just nice to like spoil a kid with like some fun little things that like maybe their parents don't like have, you know, the ability to get. Like, if you have 3 kids, like, you can't get, I mean, you could get 3 Tonys, but you know what I mean? It's like, that's a really expensive thing to get. So I thought that this would be nice. These have little songs. This plays If You're Happy and You Know It, Wheels on the Bus, Bingo, The Muffin Man, Itsy Bitsy Spider, and more. And it runs for 45 minutes. And you put like these little people on the top, these little character things, and these will like tell a story. So this one right here is the Very Hungry Caterpillar, and you put it on the top of the Tony and it'll like tell the story. And there's so many other ones you can buy. These are $20. Like, I was telling Brady, like, I wanted to get like a Bluey doll, and I was like, oh my god, it's so cute, like they love Bluey, let me get them a Bluey doll. And I was like, yeah, I'm not getting this. It's $30 for this Bluey doll. Like, the prices for things are so crazy. But with my sister's daughter, she is like a little older than 3, I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly. And she's never watched TV, which I think is the coolest thing ever. My sister was like just very like, maybe we'll like have her watch TV one day, like maybe we won't, I don't know. She's like, no judgment to anyone who wants their kids to watch TV, but like, she's very like artsy, and like her husband's very artsy, and they don't like watch a ton of TV anyway. Like, they don't even have a TV. My sister's husband works for NFL Films, so I think because he's always behind a camera, and like watching film, editing film, like working for literally the NFL, like he I think likes to watch sports, but he doesn't really watch too much else. And then my sister, she's a dancer, and so like she just is constantly like on the move. So I just feel like they're not big TV people, which you guys know I don't really watch a ton of TV either. Like, I'm a big reader, and I think to each their own, but they just wanted her to have like other things and like to do. She's very vocal, like very like just the cutest, like has so much energy, but this girl has the biggest imagination I've ever seen in my entire life, and it is so cute. But what's cool is that because she has a big imagination, like she can pretty much play with anything, but she doesn't know a ton of like TV characters. So like a lot of the items I was looking at the store, they're like related to TV characters like Bluey, Coco Melon, Peppa the Pig. Like, all these like toys had like these characters on them from these shows, and like little songs from the shows. So I was like really trying to rack my brain. I was like, what can I get her that's not going to be like related to that? So then that's how I ended up getting her a Tony as well. And I got her the same one, just a different color, and this one has the same songs on it: Wheels on the Bus, Bingo, The Muffin Man, Itsy Bitsy Spider, and more. 45 minutes of children's songs. And then I also got her the Tony with Brown Bear, What Do You See? Like the book or whatever. And you get to put it on the top and it'll tell the story. I thought that would be great, and she loves to sing. Like, whenever she came to visit the last time, she was like, let's have a dance party. And we were just like, like literally just like making up our own songs. And then I like turned on some like Wheels on the Bus or whatever, and she like just had the best time. Like, we could have done that for hours, like having this like dance party. So I figured that this would be nice for her. I also picked up another Tony. This is the Inside Out one, and I'm gonna give this one to Brady's sister's daughter because she's seen Inside Out, I'm pretty sure, and she is so freaking cute. Like, honestly, both of them are just adorable. Like, I love my nieces and nephew. So yeah, I got them that. And we also got our older nephew he's like 5, like a little older than 5, and he just got a Nintendo Switch, so we got him like a Super Mario Brothers like game. I hope that that's not like too old for him, but it's just like Mario Kart, you know? It's like they're on the little carts. Like, I just don't know, like I have no gauge for like kids and like what is like age appropriate, because I don't have any, and like I'm around them, but like I'm not making decisions for them, you know what I mean? Like I'm just kind of like, ask your mom, like ask your dad, like is it okay if you do this or that? So like I'm not really thinking about like timestamps of when is like appropriate to do a certain thing. And so I hope that that's appropriate for him, but I mean, again, it's like they're just on these little like go-karts, like it's nothing serious, right? So yeah, I got him that, but we did get a gift certificate or a gift receipt, so if their parents want to take it back, they can take it back and get a new game. And yeah, so let's get into the books now that I've showed you guys literally everything else. So I ended up getting a ton of books. I did not get any books for myself, which I really wanted to, but I decided not to because I was like, I just need to like chill out. Like I don't need to get more books right now while I'm buying Christmas gifts for someone else. Like I can do that later. And I do have an Amazon haul coming, a very small one, but I have one coming as like a little Christmas gift to myself. So I'm like, you can hold off. But I ended up getting all these books. So I got two of the same books. The first two that are the same books are Binding 13. I got this one for Taylor because I don't think she has a special edition copy, or if she does, like she hasn't like told me that she has it, but she loves this series, like absolutely obsessed with it. And she is actually the person who made me like really read this series. I've read book 1 and 2 so far. So I got this for her so she can continue the series. And then I also got the same one for my niece because again, they're not orphans, but like she has to take care of her younger siblings, and her older brother does as well because her parents are kind of like unwell. So yeah, I thought she would really like that. I also got Next of Kin, and this book is such a great one because it's about a guy who has to move in with this girl because he doesn't have the money for an apartment on his own that has like enough bedrooms for him and his brother, and he needs a apartment with like 2 bedrooms, 2 baths or something like that. And oh my gosh, I apologize for yawning. I'm so tired. I was up so late last night. I was actually just texting Brady and saying like how I cannot wait to sleep in tomorrow and not have to like set an alarm. I'm gonna hang out with some friends tomorrow, but I just genuinely cannot wait to just like not have to wake up at the crack of dawn. I also think because we got back from like Mexico this week, and the time is like only off by an hour, but we were sleeping in a lot more obviously on vacation. So like coming home and being like, all right, wake up at 5 a.m. workout is just like, my body's like, can you not? But yeah, so this is about a guy. He ends up having to move in with this girl because he's in like this like foster program thing, but he's like a guardian for his brother. And in the program that they are a part of, he has to get this place, like a nicer place with like more space for his brother to be able to live with him instead of living with someone else, but he doesn't have the money to do it on his own. So this program, they like connect people who need like different things. So like he needs this extra space, and then I think the other girl needs like a roommate to help pay for part of her rent. So they end up living together. It's like a forced proximity situation because like she is living with him and his brother. So yeah, it's a really good story. I enjoyed it. This was my first book by Hannah Bonham Young, I think. And then I also picked up The Problem with Forever. This book was okay, but I think that because she likes the like orphan trope that she will really enjoy this one. This one is about a girl who, and I've read all these books by the way, this is about a girl who, she was in the foster system and had this guy that was like also living with her for a while, and then they got separated, or maybe he's like her neighbor or something. Then they got separated, and I think she ends up meeting up with him years later, I think, whenever he is like in a new family or something like that. And it just talks about like the foster system, and like her family is like, you need to stay away from him. He's like a bad kid, like he's a bad boy, because she like grew up in a home that like really loved her and cared for her, but like he didn't really have that. And so she's like, I could have turned out like him. Like, why would I stay away from him? So you kind of see like their pull towards each other, but also their effect that they have on each other. She also really struggles with speaking because trauma that has happened in her past that is actually connected to some things that he was like involved in as well. So this was a good book. It's my 3rd book by Jennifer Lynn Armentrout. Maybe my like, I don't know, it wasn't my favorite. Wait for You, I think, is the book of hers that I like the best. Then I also picked up Just for the Summer, which I kind of talked about this one in the bookstore. This one I think is a perfect read. It's exactly what she's looking for, because she doesn't really like just want the orphan trope. Like she wants siblings who are orphans who take care of each other and don't have parents. Like, and she said in the video, she's like, I think the reason I like that trope is because like I don't have siblings, and so like the idea of like you having a sibling, you kind of have to like take care of each other, and you don't have anyone else, like is just like a cool concept to her. And I really feel like we gravitate towards things in books that we wanted in life or that we already have, and like maybe we want to resonate with someone who's also navigated the same thing. So yeah, I hope that she likes all those books. I got all of those for her. I thought about getting her a gift card, but I was like, I feel like 4 books is enough. Like I spent like $400 and something in Barnes & Noble just getting people Christmas gifts. So yeah, I got all those gifts, and then I'm also gonna get Brady some tickets to a country festival that is coming like near us, because some of his favorite artists are gonna be there. Like artists that we have been obsessed with and they're kind of like not super popular, they're gonna be there. And so I'm gonna get each of us tickets. I haven't decided if I wanna get 4 tickets, like 2 for me, 2 for him, and like a friend or something, or if I just wanna get 2 like for us. The tickets are like $200 a piece, so I mean it would be pretty pricey if I got 4. So I might just do like one ticket for him, 1 for me, and then that would be like a little over $400, because I have already got like the boxing thing, I got the duffel bag, I got the Remarkable 2, which that one was, you know, not cheap. So yeah, and I feel like there's some other gifts that I like got that I forgot to share. I need to look through like my list. I always make a list, and I feel like the list really helps me to stay on track and make sure that everyone got a gift. Oh, I got him a hoodie. I got him a hoodie because he loves these hoodies from, actually I think the hoodie's right here. Let me double check. I think it's right here. I have so many packages right here. I think this one is it right here. He loves the hoodies from this brand. I think this is it. Let's open it up. Let's see. This is the thing, is like when packages start coming in left and right, you're just kind of like, am I even opening the right package? Okay, so yeah, this hoodie right here, he's obsessed with, and it's not because of what's on the back, because the back says, I'm glad we met, or something like that. Oh no, this one says, your anxiety is lying to you on the back. Such a cool concept. And then on the front it says, you're bigger than what is making you anxious. This is from We're Not Really Strangers, like the game. They have like merch. He got a hoodie from there, just like they sent some merch like one time, and I was like, oh, you can have it. It's like black. I don't really wear black a lot. Fell in love with that hoodie. He cannot stop wearing that hoodie. And then whenever we were in Vegas, I'm pretty sure it was like one of the things in his bag that got stolen. So he doesn't have it anymore. So I was like, let me buy you this hoodie. The other hoodie on the back said, I'm like, so glad we met. I think it said something like that. This one, it says, obviously what I just read, your anxiety is lying to you. So thought he would like that. So I'm gonna try to wrap all of these. I'll probably give you guys an update whenever I'm done wrapping, because I have so much to wrap. So much to wrap, but I'm gonna do it. We're gonna get it done today, and we'll be ready for Christmas. This book is so good. I have not found a romance, like a Christmas romance, that actually feels like a real story. Like this story genuinely feels like I'm reading something that has like depth, and it actually starts right off into the story, and it'll like make you not want to put it down. If you're someone who gets a little bored of like the Christmassy books that are just like predictable, like cutesy, fun romances, like I enjoy those, but sometimes I feel like they're a little overdone, and I want something with like a little bit more depth. This is the book you have to pick up. It is so incredible. Again, I will say it has a lot of heavy topics, so definitely keep that in mind if you're going into it. Like it's definitely one of those like where if maybe your Christmas season feels like a little sad, or like maybe doesn't feel as perfect as a lot of like the super fluffy romances like kind of make the Christmas season feel, I feel like you'll resonate with this, because it talks a lot about family. There's like a second chance romance in it. there's just like depth, there's trauma, like there's everything. So if you want to go into a Christmas romance like that, pick this one up. I also think that this can easily be read after Christmas because there's lots of like bits of Christmas in it, but then there's also like just so much depth in this story. I definitely feel like I'm going to finish this today, and I think I'm going to start like a super Christmassy, fluffy, like traditional type of romance after this one because this one is heavy. But also this is making me want to read Jaquel J's book Capone that's on my TBR for this month. I didn't think that I was going to get to it. I literally can't talk because I want to read A Love Letter to Whiskey. I also want to read Elevator Pitch, and I would really like to read The Nightingale before the year is over, but there isn't really much time left before the year ends, so I don't know if I'll get to all three of those books because they're very thick books, and also read Capone. But her writing is so good. Like, it is the type of writing that like hooks you from the very start, and there's like constantly things being like dropped where you're like as you're reading it. And I feel like those are my favorite types of books because I never get bored. Like, I never can see what's coming, so I'm constantly like staying invested. So really loving this so far. I'm pretty far into it, and again, it's one of those Christmas books that I feel like you don't see very often. I only really see like the Christmassy fluffy romances that are like fun and like don't have anything heavy, but sometimes I want something that has like depth and like something that's like a harder topic in it for Christmas, because like Christmas isn't always like rainbows and sunshine, and maybe I'm feeling more like I want to like read that this year than ever, because like this is the first year not only without my dad but also without my mom being in town, so it feels very weird. And it's one of those things that I'm like still getting used to, and I don't know, just Christmas doesn't feel the same. So I think that reading a book like this that has like, you know, her and her dad have kind of had like a weird like relationship thing, and her ex-husband are trying to navigate things. Then she like sees her ex-boyfriend, and like they have some issues, like, and his family and the town that she's like going back to. Like, there's just a lot of stuff that she's navigating. And I also feel like going home for the holidays, if you didn't really like your hometown, or maybe you feel like you were judged for the person you used to be, and you're going back to your hometown and you are a very different person, I feel like you'll really resonate with this book because of that. So yeah, I think I'm gonna finish it probably within the next like hour or so, because I don't really have too much left, but again, like, this is one of those books that I will definitely continue to recommend, and it'll probably be one of my top Christmas recommendations. Like, The Holidays is probably like my top Christmas rec, and then like my second one is oh my god, I literally just read it, I cannot think of the title, it's like blue. I'll try to put it on the screen if I can like remember to do that. And then probably this one as my third, I think. I've read a lot of Christmas books, so I also recommend Window Shopping by Tessa Bailey, but like if you want like a cutesy, like fluffy, spicy, like no brain cells type of read, like, and it really just depends on like what you like. Like, someone actually asked me the other day, they were like, hey, what's like a book you could recommend to like my sister? Like, I want her to get into reading, but like no spice, has a person of color, also is short, is potentially like a sports romance. And I was thinking like, okay, let me like rack my brain to like find all of those things. But I feel like when we look for books, like most of us have things that we're trying to like check off. Like, we want specific things in our stories, and maybe you want depth, or maybe you want spice, maybe you don't want to like think or feel, maybe you just want to go into it and just have like straight fluff. Like, I always try to, when I'm giving a recommendation, give like perspective for like what the book is about, because I might not be in the mood for a book like this next Christmas. You know, I might want to just read like the fluffy reads, but then again, I might want to read a book that's like heavier and deep, and I might want to stay away from the fluffy reads, or I might want to read something longer, or have flowery writing, or, you know, just like, it just depends on like what I'm looking for. So I never want to be like, oh my god, this book's amazing, like you have to pick it up, because there are some books I just don't think are for everyone. It just depends on like the mood that you're in when you're looking for a book. So again, really loving this. Probably gonna finish it soon. I ended up getting a chai when I was in the coffee shop, and I'm so glad that I did, but it has been very hard since I, like, other than our vacation, when we like had sugar and stuff in Thanksgiving, we've still been doing like our no sugar, no sauces, like no breads, just like meat vegetables and fruit like situation, and it has been so good, and it has made my body feel amazing. Like, we went on vacation and just like ate to our heart's content, like whatever we felt like, and I came home feeling so bad. Like the second day I actually felt like I was hungover, and like I hadn't even drank anything. Like I felt like just so bad, and it was genuinely because of what I ate. And so like we're back on our, you know, same like meal like plans and stuff, but it has been really hard for me to find a drink when I'm out that doesn't have sugar in it. Like I love an iced chai or just a chai in general, but like they usually put like brown sugar or like pumps of vanilla or like whatever. So I asked the lady if she could like I was like, oh, like is there sugar in it? She's like, oh yeah, there's for sure sugar in it. And I was like, okay, well, could you like make a drink like that? She's like, oh yeah, like she's like, we make everything in house. So she made me a chai like just with the tea, and then she put steamed milk in it because we are drinking milk, because again, milk comes from animals, and again, there is sugar in some of the things like we're eating, like, you know, fruits obviously have sugar and milk has sugar, and like there's just certain things that have sugar, but like we're trying to like go the more like natural sugar route, like at least as possible. And I'd say like milk is probably the only thing that like has sugar that's like not a natural sugar. And we're trying to look for other like milk options. Like I know like Fairlife has like a milk that doesn't have like added sugar, because again, I think I said this to you guys a million times, but like the average woman is supposed to have 24 grams of sugar a day, and one glass of milk has 11 grams of sugar in it. So like just that fact alone blows my mind, because so many of us are intaking like so much sugar on the daily. So anyway, I asked her if she could make something, and she made like a steamed, like she put steamed milk and chai tea in this. Now, is it sweet? No. And I think a lot of the time we want to go get like a little coffee because like we want the sugar. It's like our body is like conditioned to get sugar so often. So yeah, I am definitely glad that I got this. It definitely tastes different, but it does taste good, because again, it still has like that chai taste that like gives the fall, like winter vibes. It's warm, and it also has steamed milk in it. So I'm really enjoying this. I'm glad that she was able to make it, because I've had a hard time finding drinks whenever I'm out, but I'm gonna read this and hopefully finish it up. Because I wanted to see what they have, and they have Tangled Up in You by Christina Lauren, and I recently read a book by this author duo. Really loved it, and it made me want to get back into their writing. It was The Paradise Problem, I think that's what it was called. Really loved it. I also found 2 books that I actually own on my own bookshelf, and you guys know how I am. Like if I go to the library and see books that I own that I like want to read, something about it, like it just makes me want to pull the books off my own shelf and read it. It's like, why are those on my TBR for so long? But it's because there's so many good books out there. Let the Games Begin is a book I've been wanting to read for a while, and Evenings and Weekends. I bought both of these. Also, I'm finding books by authors that I have been wanting to read, but I'm like kind of nervous to try, and one of the authors is Murray McFarlane. Heard great things about this author, but I've heard that she has kind of like flowery writing, which I don't normally enjoy, so I feel like the library is a perfect time to try out her writing. I've heard great things about this book, and on the front of it, it says that Emily Henry actually left a little blurb. She said, a fresh, exciting new voice in the world of romantic comedies, which really makes me want to read this. I don't even know what this book is about, but this cover is literally making me want to buy it. I did look on the inside, and it says that it is for fans of romantic comedy, and it's a hilarious, heartfelt novel about the healing power of friendship, or female friendship, unexpected love, and stand-up comedy. So it does look like something I would enjoy, but really the cover is what's drawing me in. I found 2 thrillers that could be potential picks for me to bring home. I found one by John Mars, and I've never read anything by this author, but I have actually 2 of his books, I think, at home, and this is one that I actually don't have. It's called The Family Experiment. It says 11 contestants, 9 months to win the perfect child. And I feel like his books always give like Black Mirror vibes. Again, never read them, but I feel like that's the vibe that they give off from the synopsis. Also picked up this one. It's called The Alone Time, and it's about 2 girls named Fiona and Violet, and they both end up being like stranded in the wilderness for like years and years and years. 12, well, not years, for 12 weeks. And then the way that they handle like their trauma from that as adults, like you get to read about it, and then a documentary decides to like tell their story after they like have kept it secret for so long. So I haven't really been in the mood for thrillers lately, I think because of like the Christmas season, but I feel like maybe these could get me back into that vibe. I just finished this read and it was so good. Everything that I thought it would be, and I definitely want to read more books by this author. I haven't decided which book I want to start next. I brought out a bunch of Christmas books, so I thought that maybe you guys could help me decide. I have so many Christmas books left, and I was planning on reading a lot of them, but I feel like going on the beachy vacation, like I didn't want to bring Christmas books with me. So I'm going to show you guys a few that I have that I definitely want to get to. I have a few more, like I have The Plight Before Christmas. I have another Christmassy book. There's just like so many Christmas books that I have on my TBR, and I just know that I cannot get to them all. And these are the ones that I definitely want to get to. And I kind of told myself that I don't want to roll over Christmas books. Like if I don't finish them, I think I'm just going to donate them, because last year or this year I like had so many books from the previous year that I didn't finish. And I don't know, I feel like I enjoy buying Christmas books in the season, like versus having like books already on my TBR. You know what I mean? I don't want it to just like sit there for a year. So anyway, I have this book right here, The Christmas Tree Farm. Heard great things about this one. I've heard that it's spicy. I've heard that it's cute, and I've never read anything about this author. I feel like this could be a cutesy read, but again, I haven't really been in the mood for a read that I just think is going to be like 3 stars. You know what I mean? Like I feel like I want books that have like depth and are like a storyline that I just like really connect with. Like this one, I'm rating 4 stars. That's what I want, even if it's a Christmas read, even if it's like a book that I don't think I'm gonna highly rate. I still just need it to not just be a 3-star read. Like going into 2025, that's like one thing I really don't want. I don't want to be reading books that are just like mid to me. Like, and there's nothing wrong with like a palate cleanser, but I just feel like I've read so many of those this year. A lot of great books too, but I just like don't need that. I also have Gnome Like You, and this is a very short read. This one I think is only, yeah, it's like 160 pages or something like that. And it's about a girl, her car breaks down, and whenever her car breaks down, she ends up having to take a ride from this guy who takes her to this town. And I think while they're in the town, she has to like stay in his like family home or something like that. It says that because of a snowstorm, so she has to seek refuge at Wynn's family house, where his Nana is staying for the holidays. So Wynn seizes the opportunity and begs Andy to pretend to be his girlfriend for the weekend to appease Nana's worries. That sounds good. That sounds really good. I feel like this could be a good one. It says she's his best friend's sister. He's the man who got her sent away. And then this is also I think it's like in a series. Like you could read this one and then continue on with the series, I think. I also have The Christmas War Pause. Now, one thing that I love is reading books by an author that I've never read from before. Like I'd never read anything by Jaquel J, and I definitely want to read more from this author. Her writing just like did it for me. And Therese M. Clark is actually an author whose books are on my TBR. I have one book literally sitting on my shelf. It's called Heartbeat, but it's like 600 pages or something like that. And you guys know how I get with like really thick books. So part of me is like, I want to read that thick book because I've heard great things about it, but also I'm like scared. Like, what if I start it? I don't like it. Could I DNF it? Yes. Will I DNF it? Probably not, because I never do. So I just like would like a little taste of her writing, you know, because if I like her writing, then I'll probably like the other book. I feel like a big thing for me that I've learned about authors is like, I have to enjoy their writing. Like, even if I don't enjoy the characters, if I don't really enjoy the storyline, like, but I enjoy the writing, that for me is like huge. Like I read Never by Jessa Hastings. I actually talked about this on my podcast recently because I did my most anticipated releases for 2025 on like a recent podcast episode on Friday. It was almost an hour long, and I literally just talked about books. I said we, like someone else was talking with me. It's literally just me. But if you guys want to like hear more from me, like I share bookish episodes over there, and you can literally just go through and see which ones are bookish. I also have tons of episodes about like things I wish I did in my 20s and like things I wish I knew and like lessons I've learned in my 30s, things like that. But all of those episodes, I also talk about books. I have like a little short section about books in every single episode, but there are like fully bookish episodes. So anyway, in this bookish episode, I was talking about how I read Never by Jessa Hastings, and I wasn't obsessed with it because it's a fantasy. I'm not a huge fantasy girly. Well, not fantasy, but it's like Peter Pan retelling, you know? So like that is like fantasy vibes. Obviously people aren't like flying around. in just like the sky. And I was saying how I rated that 3.5 out of 5 stars, but a large part of why I think I rated it like that was because I love her writing. Like, her writing is so good, and I hadn't read one of her newer books in her series yet, because like I was still waiting for another one to come out, so I was just itching to read something of hers, and that made me just like obsessed with the story. And so I feel like that's a huge thing for me. So if I like this author's writing, I could easily see myself wanting to continue to like read more of her books. And I also have this book by Kasha Thompson. I have another book by this author on my shelf as well. It's called Sight Unseen, and I'm pretty sure it's like a dating reality show. Like this girl and this guy go on this dating reality show, and they're like pretending to be together so that they can like win the cash prize at the end. But I think they end up having feelings for each other, but they don't know if they like want to say, because like, you know, whatever. So I'm pretty sure that's what it's about, but it's been sitting on my shelf forever, and the cover is so cute. So I feel like this could be a really good read. This one is, I think, fairly short as well. Yeah, it's less than 250 pages. Perfect Christmas read. Perfect. Like, I'm not a huge novella girly because sometimes I feel like I can't connect enough with the characters, but like this book right here was in that like 200, yeah, like 260 page mark. Perfect Christmas read, like no more nor less. So I think that this could be a good one to read. It also just came out this year. This one is about an event coordinator, and she ends up having to kind of work with this guy who's like kind of a Grinch. Like, he has the worst attitude, and he's actually the mall's new Santa. And he's like trying to tick off things on his bucket list of like things that he wants to do. I'm literally just like reading the things on the back. I don't want to spoil anything. Obviously I don't know anything, but I still don't want to like say what I think it might be about if it's like not about that. So yeah, anyway, I think like she just tries to make his heart not as hard. You know, it's giving the Grinch, you know, like she needs to warm his heart and make it grow 3 sizes. Like, she's like happy, grumpy sunshine type of vibe for that book. And then I also have Feast, which this one is super short, so I kind of want to read this one maybe first because it's only 170 or 60 pages, but the words are huge. Like, I will probably be able to finish like 10 pages like every minute or something. Like, the words are huge. I also think this one's on Kindle Unlimited. I have heard that this one is very deep, and I've read one book by this author, really loved it. It's called Waiting on Wendy, but it was one of those books where I was like, yep, this is a tough read. This is gonna make me cry. And I've heard that this book has a lot of that type of vibe where it's like not all like sunshine and rainbows, and I don't know, I feel like I'm kind of in the mood for that. So yeah, I have all these books. Haven't decided which one I want to read. I want to finish all my Christmas books in this video. Like, I genuinely do. I know I won't, but I genuinely want to, because like Christmas is right around the corner, and by the time that this video goes live, it's gonna be Christmas Eve. So like, I need to finish these. Maybe I'll just like do like a power hour and just like bust through all of these Christmas books. Like, I genuinely want to read all these. That's the problem. Like, Brady will be like, why do you have so many books on your shelf? Like, you have so many books. Like, you know, you went to the library, which I still do need to give you guys the haul. I think I'll give that to you guys tomorrow. It's like, why do you need to get books from the library? You have books at home. Like, yes, but there's so many books I actually want to read. Like, I just can't read them fast enough. So, yeah, I think I'm gonna start. I think what I'm gonna do is start the Christmas Tree Farm. No. See, this is a problem that I got. Okay, I'm gonna start Feast and then read the Christmas Tree Farm. That's what I'm gonna do. I've decided that's what I'm gonna do. Also, how beautiful is this sunset? Like, it's just stunning. And I have all my books here just like in this little stack waiting to be read, and the most beautiful view in front of me, and I can even hear the like geese and stuff. I don't know if you guys could hear them, but this is just such a relaxing way to like sit outside. Like, look at them. They're just like loving life. I love that for me. Last night we hung out with Taylor and Gunnar and it was so fun. And I feel like that really got us in the Christmas spirit because we baked, or didn't bake, but we did gingerbread cookies. And it was so fun. I haven't really done anything Christmassy. Honestly, I think a large part is because my mom just hasn't been here and like, it just feels weird. Like I feel like I always do like Christmas cookies with my mom and stuff like that, and it just has felt different without her. But tonight we're getting in the spirit. I am going to make these elf cookies, and I'm also gonna drink some eggnog. I just ordered like an Instacart order and literally just got it for this stuff because it is right before Christmas and like we don't really have much time. Like my mom comes in town tomorrow and I just really wanted to have a night where we watch like Christmas movies and make Christmas cookies. And both of us work tomorrow and like we usually go to bed at like 9:30. So we were kind of like, do we really want to like do this? Is it worth it? Like, why don't we just maybe do it after Christmas? And Brady's like, no, like you wanted to do this, like we have to do this. So we decided that we're going to. And I'm so glad that we did decide that. I just preheated the oven. So I'm gonna throw these cookies in. And then I also wanna open up the gift that Taylor got me for Christmas. I got her, I think I already showed you guys the gift that I got her, but I'm really excited to open the one that she got for me. Also, is anyone else like this? Like there's extra cookies in here. I'm literally about to eat these. I'm about to eat these, maybe not all of them, but like some of them for sure. I love cookie dough. I don't even know if this is the cookie dough that you can actually like eat, but I'm definitely gonna eat some of them. Speaking of Christmas, I wanna give you guys an update on the book that I'm reading. Let me put these in the oven first. So I'm about 100 pages into this and I don't know. I honestly wish that I had started Feast first, but I didn't know if I wanted to go from something that was like really deep to like another Christmassy book that's like also very deep, because I've heard that Feast is like deep and doesn't really have a ton of Christmas vibes. So I was like, I want to get into the Christmassy vibes. This book is cute, but I don't know. I feel like I am maybe in the minority here where if I'm reading like a Hallmark like movie type of vibe, like, or a Hallmark book, or a book that has Hallmark vibes, I don't really want a ton of spice. But if the book has like depth, I do enjoy spice. Like, is anyone else like that? And I feel like when I'm reading the Hallmark vibes, I just am thinking like Mayberry, like, you know, something that my mom could like read. Like, I just am thinking Hallmark vibes. And so like when spice comes out, I'm like, whoa. But I mean, literally at the front of this, it literally says, for anyone who ever wished Hallmark movies were steamier, this one might do the trick. So like I knew going into this, it would have spice, but I don't know. And maybe that's like on me, like bad on me for like picking this up. But like, I just think that this is gonna probably be like somewhere in the middle for me. Like, I'm not like obsessed with it. I'm not hating it. I'm enjoying it as I'm reading it. I probably will completely forget the plot and the characters whenever I finish it. So again, it's one of those that is enjoyable while I'm reading it, but it's not one of those that I think I will be like, oh my God, you have to read this next Christmas. You know what I mean? I did hear that she has a new book coming out. It's like the Gingerbread something or other. I do kind of wish that I read the other books first, like the Cinnamon Bun Bookstore and the Pumpkin Spice Cafe, because they reference the Pumpkin Spice Cafe in this. And I know that her new book that comes out, like the Gingerbread whatever store, it is like about a wedding. And I think it's referencing like people from one of these books. So I don't know. People have said you can read it out of order, but I kind of wish I read it in order, which I feel like is very rare for me, especially with books that are like Hallmark movie vibes. But anyway, that's my 2 cents on that book so far. I don't know if I'm gonna get into another Christmas book in this video, because I think tomorrow will be the last day, but I do wanna give you guys a book haul. I'll probably give that to you tomorrow. I did end up picking up this gift whenever we did like the gingerbread thing. So fun. So I want to open this up. Taylor got this for me. Let's see what she's got. Oh my gosh, guys. This is so cute. Oh my gosh, look at this. It says Schroeder on it, and it almost looks like she wrote that or like put it in like with fire or something. Like, this is so cool. I honestly kind of want to display this. Like, I love finding pieces that would be like nice in my home, but like I don't need to necessarily use. Like, I kind of want to just like put this up. I feel like it would be great decor, like back here or something. That is so cute. And then, let's see, I can dig my hand in here. grab. Guys! No! Guys! I'm gonna cry. Like, I'm actually gonna cry. I'm actually gonna cry. Guys, she did not. Guys, look. I'm literally gonna cry. This is such a sweet gift. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, you guys know this is a 5-star read for me. It's a book I read every year. And she annotated it. Guys, I'm literally crying. Oh my God. Guys, she annotated this book for me. This is such a special gift. Like, when people go out of their way to like just get you things that are so like you, like something that you would love but like so personalized to you, it's so special. Like, I literally need to read this like again. I've already read it this year and like I already want to read this again just so I can see her annotations. Oh my God. And then she got like a little bookmark. It has the S on it. This is such a special gift. To be seen is to be known. 'Cause like, this is so special. Guys, not only did she like write in it, like she has like just, I mean, page after page, you can see all these annotations. You know how long this probably took her? Like, such a special gift. Such a special gift. How is there even more in here? This is crazy. Oh my gosh. How cute. I honestly need one of these. Like, I love this. This is giving like Italy. Like, the pattern is so beautiful. Oh my gosh, this is so special. It is just so great. Like, I'm happy tears, guys. These are not like sad tears. I just like, I really struggled with friendships like in high school and like middle school, college, and like to have a friend that I've had for years that is just someone who truly like knows me and like just thinks of me and is so thoughtful, like gets things that like she knows that I would love. Like, that's just such a special gift. It's time for a wrap up, but also time to give you guys my library book haul. I cannot believe it's taken me this long to give you guys this book haul. So let's get into it. The first book that I got was the Townsend Family Recipe. I've been asking you guys for contemporary fiction books, specifically by Black authors, because I just don't hear about them as much. I feel like I'm very well versed in like romance books. Like, I know the authors that I love, I know like diverse reads and stuff. Contemporary fiction for me is like totally out of my ballpark, but I've been loving it lately. But the books that I see like constantly recommended usually are not diverse reads. And so you guys know that that is like a huge priority for me just in any like thing that I read. I try to have a very like diverse Goodreads. Like if you go to my Goodreads, you'll see all the books that I've read, like tons of different types of authors, tons of different types of stories, tons of different types of genres, and I want to continue that. But again, it's hard to find books when I don't even know where to look, because I know there's so many authors that aren't like in Barnes and stuff that I just like have never read before. So you guys recommended the Townsend Family Recipe for Disaster. I'm not sure exactly what this one's about. I'm kind of wanting to go into it blind. I feel like if you guys have recommended this book, then it's probably good. It's by Shauna Robinson, who I want to say this author wrote the band Bookstore Maggie Banks or something like that, like a band, like maybe I'm wrong, but like I feel like this author wrote that. Also, look at the incredible condition of this book. If you guys do not learn anything from this like vlog, please go to your local library. Like there are so many good books there. And the thing is, if I don't read any of these books in this stack, I literally take them back. I don't have to pay a library fee because most libraries have actually done away with the like fee that you have to pay. Like there's no late fees at all. And I know that like if I keep a book for like months and months and months, like they'll charge me I think $10 for the book, but that's like 6 months of keeping the book, something like that. Like most libraries have done away with late fees. And also the books are in incredible condition. Like they're getting really great new books. And if you don't get new books at your library, you can also ask the librarians to bring in the books that you want to read. So I just recommend the library to everyone. I feel like this year's been my library era, and I want to read more books in the library, even like more next year. So I got this book because you guys recommended it. I also picked up Evenings and Weekends, which I shared that this is a book that I actually have on my own TBR. But one thing that you guys told me was that if I use the library often, which I do to like go in and read, I also like obviously check out books. I'll sometimes buy like their used books they have. I just love the library as a great resource and community like building space. And I feel like it's such a great place. Like they have book clubs there. Like I want to support the library, like, and it's hard to do that because it's like you can't really buy a ton of stuff there, you know, it's like all a free resource. And one of you guys said that if you check out books, that's one of the ways that a lot of libraries get their like grant funding and stuff. It's like based on how many people come through the door, and someone, like one of you guys said in the comments that like a lot of libraries will check to see how many people come through, but also they check to see how many books are checked out. And so yes, I have this book on my TBR, but it's one book I want to read. And one thing I've done is like, I'll check out a book that I own and it actually makes me read that book faster. I don't know what it is. I think it's because I know I have to take the book back, and I'm like, girl, you are not about to take this book back that you own on your own shelf and continue to not read. So like, I don't know what it is. It just makes me want to read the book because it's like, if I was in the library and didn't own this book, I would want to pick it up and read it. So why do I not want to pick it up and read it off my own shelf? And I think it's because there's so many options. So that's why I don't end up reading the book. But I picked this one up hoping to read this one. I've been really into my contemporary fiction era. I think that this one is set around, is this New Year's Eve? No, I could be wrong. I don't know. I just feel like this is giving messy, and I've actually been really into messy books lately. I also picked up Jewel Me Twice by Charisse Reed. This author wrote one other book that I read, and it is called Mickey Chambers Shakes It Up. The name was literally on the tip of my tongue, and I was like, okay, I just have to think about it for a second, and it came to me. And I enjoyed that book. It also had two characters that were like in their 40s, and I feel like you don't see that nearly as often. And it just was a really good read, so I want to read this one. I think that this one's supposed to be a little bit different. The other book was A Story with Black Love, and I think that this is like a interracial story like of love, and I just feel like it'll be good because I loved her writing style in the last one. So if I like that, then I'll probably like this one as well. This one's about like a jewel heist, so it's very different than the other one. The other one was like a boss employee, like forbidden romance type of situation. So excited to read this. And I also love when authors jump into different types of books, like very unique, like a jewel heist for a romance. Like you have me like interested, like I'm hooked, like I want to read this. So I also ended up picking up Tangled Up in You by Christina Lauren. This author duo is one that has been one I've loved forever, but has really surprised me this year because I recently read The Paradise Problem. Love that book, and I did not expect to be as obsessed with it as I was because I've read a few books by that author duo and loved Love and Other Words. It's like a 5-star read for me that I read every single year. Paradise Problem, loved it. I've read some other books in between there, like the Soulmate Equation and like the whole Soulmate like series situation. Like I just didn't really like that very much. So it kind of was like, I don't know if like maybe they're a one-hit wonder. Like I read Love in Other Words, and there's never been a book like that of theirs that have made me want to like be as obsessed with that story. I read The Holidays by them, which was a good Christmas read, but again, it wasn't anything that like blew me away. And then I read The Paradise Problem this year, and I was like, okay, they do have some books that are freaking bangers. So I wanted to pick up another book by them. And this is also like continuing a series where they're like, what's it called? Like they like rewrite, I know the word, it's literally on the tip of my tongue. I cannot talk today. They like rewrite these like Disney stories. And this one I think is like Rapunzel, but I read one book by Jasmine Guillory, and I cannot think of the title right now. It is called, I cannot remember what it's called. I'll try to put it on the screen, but I read it and it's part of this series. And the other book that I read was a story with Beauty and the Beast, and it was a Beauty and the Beast retelling. Oh my God, that's the word that I was thinking of, retelling. So yeah, I thought it would be fun to continue the like retelling like little series, and you don't have to read them in any order at all. But I just thought it would be cool to continue. So those are the 4 books that I got. I'm hoping to at least read one, I am such a mood reader that I feel like I hop from book to book to book. But one thing about the library that's really nice is you kind of feel like you went book shopping, but like literally it's free, you know? And I also feel like I get books at the library that I don't normally see other places. And I don't know, I just think it's such a great resource. So those are the books that I got, and I also ended up reading 2 books in this video. I am gonna continue to like post obviously 3 videos for the rest of this month, but in December we're gonna go down to 2 videos a week, and I'm actually so excited, mostly because you guys gave such great feedback. Like so many of you guys were like, yeah, like I mean, I literally don't care. Like if you wanna go from 3 to 2 videos, like that's fine. And I don't know what it was. I just thought so many people would be like, no, please don't. And I think it's because when I like said that I wasn't gonna do like 24 days for Vlogmas and I was gonna do 12 days, a lot of people were like, oh, like I was looking forward to it all year. Like I'm sad that you're not gonna do it. And so like it kind of felt like I was gonna be disappointing people. And I thought that that was gonna be a similar reaction, because like that's what some people were feeling for Vlogmas, which I feel so grateful that people even wanna hang out here like to that extent, that they're like feeling sad or disappointed or whatever. So I just kind of thought that it would be a similar reaction. And I was like, I don't know if I like want to disappoint people, like make people sad. And literally you guys were like, girl, like 3 videos is so much. Like calm down, you can do 2, like 2 is fine. And again, I've shared that like going from 3 videos to 2 videos is not going to be any different, because you guys are just going to get longer videos. When I first started my channel, I was doing 3 videos a week, but they were like 20-minute, 15-minute, 8-minute videos. And now they're like hour-long videos. And so it has made it a lot harder to edit and like do that fast of a turnaround. So now I'll do like a sit down video on Tuesday, and then on Saturday is when you'll get like a super long vlog, like hour and a half, hour, you know, 2 hour, 3 hour, like, and we've had some 3-hour videos on this vlog. Like I think the longest video I've ever done is like, well, I guess it wasn't 3 hours. It was like 2 hours and 40 minutes. But we've had a lot of hour-and-a-half long vlogs. Like long vlogs are my favorite. I feel like you can just turn it on, just run it all day, or just run it all week, like start it and stop it. Those are my favorite. I just feel like you can really get immersed in someone's life that way. But it made it hard to have those types of vlogs when it's like 3 days a week. So I'm really excited to have videos 2 days a week. And again, you guys won't be getting any less. Like you're still gonna get like library vlogs, book shopping vlogs, whatever. It's just not gonna be like a separate video. It's just gonna all be in one video. Kind of like this one, like where we did so much stuff at like one time. Like we went book shopping, we went library, book shopping, we went, you know, we had book hauls, library hauls, all the things. So book reviews, reading outside, like literally everything. And that's how it'll be whenever we go down to 2 videos. It'll just be all consolidated into one. So I'm so excited. It'll give me more time to read because editing takes so long. And now I'll just have to edit one, like for one long video and then like one shorter one, which it'll be a breeze. So excited for that. But these are the 2 books that I finished. Again, I would have been able to finish more if I didn't need to stop this video to start the next video, which again has been like the crux of like the whole 3 video situation, because I'm like, okay, I need to stop this one, start the next one so that it can be done by this time. Like versus like having a full week to film. Like usually I only have like 2-3 days to like film and edit and then like get it up. So yeah, I ended up finishing Second Chance Christmas. You guys know how much I love this book. I shared, I feel like, very openly over and over and over again in this video about how much this book was just so good. There was so much depth in this, and I feel like if you're looking for a Christmas read that has depth, you'll really, really connect with this one. It has spice, but it doesn't overtake the story, but it is spicy, and I loved it. It is a book that is probably gonna be my top 3 Christmas reads. I think The Holidays will still be first. I don't know if this one's gonna be second or third, because I loved, gosh, I cannot think of the author. Oh my gosh, I already brought it up in this video one time, but either way, Christmas in Spite of You, that's what it's called. Good Lord, like my brain is just not on today. I feel like leading up to Christmas, I feel like I have clouds in my brain. Like cause I'm doing like 1,000,001 things. Like I'm wrapping presents and I'm like getting stocking stuffers. My mom's coming in town, which I'm so excited about. And in the next vlog, you guys will see me staying in an Airbnb with her, with my sister, with her husband, her daughter, my niece, my brother. Like we're all gonna be, not all, but a lot of us are gonna be in this Airbnb, just like all cozied in. And I'm so excited for it. But again, it's like I have to finish a lot of my work before I like head out there, because it's like 40 minutes out of town. Not too far, but like far enough. I gotta pack my bag. I gotta get all the Christmas gifts in the car, which is typical for most people around the holidays, like traveling. But usually I don't have to travel anywhere. Usually I'm just like in town. But we also are going out of town for Brady's side of the family, and we're gonna be with them for just like one overnight stay. But again, it's like I have to get ready for the overnight stay. So the next vlog you guys will see, again, will be a long one, and it's gonna be me trying to get to my Goodreads goal and like finish. I'm hoping to get to 175 books this year. I'm pretty close. And you guys will also get some end of the year like book tags, like, you know, top books of 2024. Like those will be like the last few videos of this month, and then we'll go into next month, and then you'll get 2 videos a week. But this book, 4 stars, so good, is a book I would recommend whether it were Christmas or not. I feel like it's a good read. This book right here actually surprised me as I got into it more. I think initially I was like, okay, I don't know how I feel about this. This one I think I ended up enjoying, but I still don't know if I would rate it higher than 3 stars. There is a quote in this on page 335, and the main character, she goes, "I realized maybe too late that being independent doesn't have to mean being alone." And that I feel like really encapsulates what this book talks about. Like it talks about like love and like falling in love, but also about like letting people take care of you, but also not letting people take advantage of you when you're taking care of them. So I think I'm gonna rate this one maybe 3.5. Like I don't know, I'll have to sit on it. It was cute. I think because there was depth in this story, it made it one of those that I would continue to recommend. But also the spice was a lot. Like there's literally like a whole like scene where they're like using her toys and stuff, and like I just feel like for a Christmas book, like I knew it was gonna be spicy, but like it was a lot for a Christmas book. So yeah, I don't know, it'll land between a 3.5, but I think it really surprised me, and it's one I'd recommend. And I think the only reason why it might be a 3 versus a 3.5 is because of the spice, but the reason it would be a 3.5 instead of a 3 would be because the depth surprised me in the story, which is what I look for, but it wasn't so deep where it was like not fluffy and cutesy and enjoyable. So those are the books that I read. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I am so forever freaking grateful for you guys. The year is almost over, and I feel so grateful. Like I think we started this year with, oh my gosh, wish I had my phone in here. We did not start this year with as many friendships that are here right now. There are over 50,000 of you guys. And it feels unreal because I remember starting my channel, my first video is still on this channel, like literally just like talking to a camera, using my phone, like it was nothing more than that. And it has turned into just a community of book lovers, of people who are growing and healing and learning and going on solo dates, and like, you know, it just feels great to have you guys all in one space. And I feel so grateful, and I know I don't say it enough. I'm always thinking it up here, but I know I don't say it like verbally enough, so I just have to say thank you before the year ends. I'm sure I'll say it again, but thank you so much for being here, for being who you are. I appreciate you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.